Yeah, welcome back to the House of Fire for some more firehouse reasoning. You know? Fiery reasoning about the truth and the rights. Fiery reasoning where we're telling everyone now this is the time of letting go completely. You know, the fire lion is a soldier that is completely unattached as it was, and teach the teaching of non-attachment to no one apart from the one that is within thyself. So you will find out that the fire lion is not in the habit of quoting what other people have said. You know what I mean? There's a lot of great philosophers and psychologists and all these kind of different beings on the planet that have lived before the fire lion and have written great books, you know. And when other people are counseling and teaching, they are always referring to these other great beings, whoever they are, and what they've said and when they've said it and how they said it. But as a fire lion, I don't refer to no one. You know, I only quote the one that is within. That is the authority that I quote when I'm quoting. The one that is within thy own self. The one that I'm telling you about, which is I Master and the educator of the fire lion. Directly. So, like I've repeated many times before, how could I then be educated by the one that is within and then be quoting what others are saying? No, I will not be quoting what any human being has said. Who cares how long ago they was upon the planet? Or how wise they was? You know, as a fire lion. I am not interested in the wiseness of men. In fact, in this fiery reasoning, I'm not even interested in any human being who want to feel that what I am saying is the height of arrogance. I do not care how you feel or how you think about what I am saying, because I'm telling you, I am the fire lion, taught by the one that is within. And if I am taught by this one, educated by this one, I say, since I was 27 years old, who would I need then to be quoting? You know what they are, who are they? You know, they, like I said before, these are just other beings who have lived and died. Now it's your turn to live. You must decide for yourself. Okay, if you are afraid and you feel to yourself that you must belong to some particular ethnic group, you know, first you might say, oh, you're black or you're white, you know, and then you might join some particular religious group claiming that you're Christian or you're Islam, you know. So you see, you still have to be holding on to something. You cannot let go. And then you might claim that you are the 12th tribe, and even the other day I hear some people saying that they are the last 13 tribe, and you know. But all of you human beings, like I tell you, whether you want to be sticking to your ethnic group, your religious group, your tribal group, you are doing this because you are cowards. Cowards are afraid to walk on their own. They will not take the plunge. Cowards feel safety in numbers and in groups and in tribe. You can't just be an individual human being and let go and trust in God, innit? Like you claim, yes, you just want to trust in. You know, when there's a few of you around in your group and that give you a bit of power, physically, temporary power, I call that. So because there's a group of you, you could easily overpower me, couldn't you? You couldn't overpower my words though. You just have a physical strength. Because you're in groups. And that's what I say, you are all cowards. Not that God created you as cowards. I'm saying that you're behaving cowardly by sticking to your group. Why do you need to be in an organization? Spiritually, I'm talking about, you know. I'm saying you can't be in a golf club and all that. That's all right, you know. Football club and when it comes to that. I'm just talking about when it comes to spiritual understanding then. Why do you have to be in a club? Why do you have to say you is whatever you are claiming that you is? Why is it got to be a group of you? And why does the group of you got to believe in the same thing? Well, I say believe. Because you wouldn't know the same thing, innit? Because if you know the same thing, you wouldn't be, I say you wouldn't organize like that. You know, so this is the where we're going to destroy the group, the herd. You know, it's not a time for humans to be cattle, I say. You know, herd, living as herd. We are individual. We can function, you know, together, but we must know ourselves as individual beings, where we can stand on our own and speak on our own. You know what I mean? Without having to fear what the other individual group members might think. How do you know the other group members know the truth? You know what I mean? It's that is just a false safety. You are not dealing with genuinity. And like the fire lion has teach you before, and it will continue to teach you. No matter what, it's like death. No matter what direction you are going in, you are going through death doors. And truth is like the same thing. If you do not know the one within, then you ain't going through that door, are you? If you are not following, right, the spirit that is dwelling within man, or if you are not aware of this, then you can't know any truth. It doesn't matter what you organize or how many prayers you said in one day or in a year, you know, saying lots of prayer. That is just idle and wasteful behavior. None of that counts. No amount of praying and lamentation to pleading for God don't work. The only thing that work is when you cease from doing what's wrong. You know, like we say over, self-discipline. And you won't learn this when you are in groups, you know, self-discipline. The group are not disciplined. I say people get together in groups to hide their deficiency instead of facing it. Or to, you know what I mean? Instead of facing your hypocrisy and dealing with it, you are hiding in a group where you feel more comfortable with it because you're all hypocrites. That's what I and I say. If you want to call it, on the spiritual road, then the fire lion would say you're all cowards. Hence the fact, instead of relying on God, you are relying on each other and hiding your hypocrisy amongst each other. You know, you all know what each other is up to, but you won't say nothing, will you? A bit like coming back in this modern time here again, a bit like the Jimmy Savile scenario. Well, when he was going on with what he was going, lots of people know what he was up to. But no one was saying anything because they were all at it. Or if they're not at it that way, they're all doing negativity. So when you bunch yourself up together like sheeps, you all you cover each other track and feel in safety in your negativity. You refuse to face the truth. So how can anyone then who refuses to face the truth know the truth? You must think that because you went into some what I call brainwashing institution. Yeah? And after you finish studying there, yeah? and they call you a scientist or a philosopher, whatever title these institutions want to hand out to you. You must now think that give you an authority in life. No. No studying in any institution don't give you no authority in life. The only way you can have any authority in life, is when you know the one that dwell within, the supreme one, Rastafari, the High General, or more suitable to you, human being, conscience. You can't feel Rastafari. When I describe the one as Rastafari, that is too far away from your mind and conception. Or even if I use the word God or Allah, I already get the feel that you human beings want to distance yourself away from the term God. You understand? So we can forget about God, man. Use the term conscience. Yeah? Now you can feel that one. Yeah? You can use your imagination then, yeah? You felt that one. That is the master. Yeah? The only way for you to know anything, understand anything at all, is if that one teach it to you. Spiritually, you know what I mean? You don't have to teach you about knowledge. That's a different matter. Don't worry about that. Just worry about the truth and the rights. And just like I'm telling you, if any human being, and we don't care how long ago the human being was living, who cares if it was 20,000 or 30,000 years ago? It's irrelevant. If that human being did not listen to the voice that is within, I'm on about the inner one, you know the inner one. We'll talk about the two after. But the positive one that is, you see the sunlight that's outside, like I tell you, it's within as well. It's the giver of light. And no human being who come out of woman can have light unless that one give it to him. Even if they live 10,000 years ago, it's irrelevant, Fire lion do not care about superstars, beings, if you know what I mean. Like Jesus and Buddha and Muhammad. All them is irrelevant to a fire. Because the fire know who teach them. They are not important. We are talking about the one. The one is important. Understand? And I am telling you that it doesn't matter whether you want to call yourself Plato or Socrates or any other name you Greek greats or whoever you are, you European great philosophers or Chinese, African, any one of them, no matter where they come from. Doesn't matter what they know, they cannot know more than the one that dwell within. And if they did the very little that they know, if they made any sense, it was taught to them by my master, the Supreme Dandada. You understand? The one that is dwelling within male and female, east, west, north and south. Tell it all about, I say. I say before that when a man hear me spitting, and telling him that the one dwell within, must run and tell his friend. Tell all your enemy as well, Because that's exactly how it is. But of course you have to be a fire lion to know these kind of things. And you got to let go. No one who is holding on to Christianity is going to know this, is it? Or if I say if you was a Rasta and you hold on to Selassie, you can't come to these depths. This is firehouse. In firehouse we burn away all illusion. Strip you down to your bone. You know what I mean? Remove your physical body and see your spirit. And strip you naked. And say, boy, we don't ramp in firehouse. In firehouse, we don't really care, like we say, Whether people tell you say he's a black man or a white man or a yellow man or a green man or them man, they are Chinese man, We don't care about that in firehouse. In firehouse, we only say what the master say. And the master say that you are one, all of you are one. and you're nothing else. You are a spirit. But this you do not comprehend due to your ignorance. Understand? I don't have to go and consult your great wisdom men or your great religious texts or whatever to know this. Do I? Why would I need to do that when I've been taught by the one, the truth of the human being already? To the depths. You understand? I can penetrate in the unseen and see within your heart and soul. So why would I want to go now be worrying about whether one should go in and see what was said in a book? Don't you understand that the one is not a book? Fire lion do not have to consult books. You understand? No, man. A fire lion consult the one that dwell within. The one that is coming and the ways of the terrible and dreadful one that is coming. I'm saying that is the one that the fire lion can consult. And the fire lion know, even though the human is not a... No one ever accept what the fire says. I've been rapping long time. But everything that I say is truthful and right and correct. To the fullest. It is truthful and right and correct. Because it is the one that teaches it to right. And the one is never ever wrong. Wrong is surety, you understand? Now you do not understand this, like I say, but you will have observed, like I've told you before outside, that light cometh from the sun, and even when the moon have light, it is a reflection of sunlight, and it's the same thing that is within. Light is coming from the terrible and dreadful one into the mind. If the mind is clean, and your mind is not clean in it, how can a dirty mind contain the truth of God? Like I tell you before, it's like a glass. Let's have a drink of water. For the glass to retain the water clean, it must be cleansed out. So no little dirty mind. This is what you want to understand, beings. We are spirit, yeah? And we have a mind. Your mind can either be positive or negative. That's all it is. This is a mind game. Yeah? You are locked within the mind. Your mind is like your mommy's womb that you have to give birth from. But ain't no giving birth from this womb unless you change your ways from within the womb, if you know what I mean. Otherwise you will be locked in that womb, in the mind. See what I mean? Now you don't see what I mean. Anyway, if you escape from the mind, it's like when you clean your dirty action up, it's like cleaning up the mind. Then the mind is ready to receive the light of the terrible and dreadful God, Rastafari himself, the High General. You see what I mean? But ain't cleansing your little dirty soul. Ain't no way the light is coming within you. Your group could be as big, like I say, as 1 billion. The more of you that are in a group, the more stupid you are. That's what I say, you know. The bigger your groups, the more idiotic you are. The more cowardly you are. You see what I mean? But I am, as a fire lion, I am willing to stand against the whole 7 billion that are on the planet. And I don't know how many billions of souls who come on the planet and die before, but them as well. And all the rest of force that is within the universe as well. I alone will do that. You see, I don't need any crowd. I don't need that, man. I see everyone always have disciples, and you say they have this. I don't have blood clot disciples. I walk alone as a fire. That's what I say. Alone, you see, none detached. Just I and God alone. When I say I walk alone, don't forget I'm walking under the guidance and protection of the terrible and dreadful God. So after I am doing that, then I must have the spirit of fearless. You understand what I mean? So because I is fearless, then that means I am fearless against living and dead. This dimension and any dimension, who cares? You know? We are burning the fire of truth. The truth that is within thyself. You know what I mean? And if you know the reason why you should understand and know truth, like I tell you, because life is an everlasting thing, and you should make correction within thyself. And those who don't make correction within themselves shall have to pay for their wicked and evil action. Or if it's not wicked, your ignorance. Ignorance that will keep you in your mother's womb. I mean, in the womb of the mind, within thyself. Hey, you see, what you have to understand, human being, if you do not control your mind will control you. You understand? This is a mind control world. And not a spirit, it's not controlled by the one, is it? You wouldn't have all this going on if it was controlled by the one. It is controlled by the mind. And the reason why it's controlled by the mind, because you cannot control your mind, hence your mind is controlling you. You understand? In other words, you're a little ego. That you are failing to confront this egoistic being that has been implanted in you, like I tell you, when you was born as a little toddler into the world, and then get your little soul corrupted. Well, we all get our soul corrupted, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying, we have failed to spot this. And hence, the mind has got control of us. And has created the world you see in front of you. And has, like I say, manipulated all other human beings to be more or less idiots, I say, are to lose a sense of who they really are. They don't know themselves anymore. Because you cannot have any idea of who you are until you are living good, self-discipline, honestly. And then you come under the guidance of conscience. That is what is going to start to open your eyes to the reality of life. Of what is going on, you know what I mean? And the seriousness of it. Because don't forget, a lot of people are grinning now. Coming back to my grandmother saying, she used to say, "What sweet you soon, sour you." So yes, man, you carry on grinning and smiling and laughing, innit? Enjoy the party, I say, as a fire lion. I appeal to all those who don't care about life, who don't want to think about it, who don't want to meditate on it if there is any right and wrong in it, or if there is any God, or if conscience is real. If you don't want to do that, what I would say to you, enjoy the party then. Go ahead, man. Have as much sex as you can, yeah? Go on as much holiday and drink as much champagne and eat as much caviar and fly on as much fast plane as you want, tell you that, see? Because what sweet you is going to sour you. Enjoy, man. A lot of you are doing that. Enjoy. Oh yeah, in this world you are so puffed up and mighty in it, and you belittle the righteous man, I say, man, and make a mockery of the righteous man, and celebrate the evil and wicked men, and say, "Oh, these wicked men are great, man. Fantastic, these wicked men. You admire them. You admire them so much, you make stars out of the wicked." I have never seen human beings must have lost their soul completely, I say. This is a place where people glorify wickedness. Right now on the telly now behind me is Barack Obama and that other foolish man Mick Romney. So they having a debate. And there's whole heap of other idiots there watching two idiots perform. And it's all over the news, even in Europe here, that two idiots was exchanging idiotic ideas. And it's great news. So you see, idiocy is a thing that is worshipped here. The more stupid you are and backward and wicked and evil, the more nonsensical and the more bullshit you can talk, the more you are admired. You are even given a gong. You know, mind sharp, like I say, you get an award for talking shit, acting shit, singing shit. Yes, man. So you see, this is a world where the mind has gone wild, and the mind is here now living out all kind of crazy fantasies. You know, great excitement the other day, man went up and somewhere up in the sky and jump. Great excitement now. Say, oh, this man jump, and you know, same beat, sound, the light, and all kind of. And no books will be written about him. He can write book, tell story, but he hasn't done nothing more than gone somewhere up in the sky and jump. You know, what's the big deal about that? Nothing. A distraction from reality, more like. But this is what the world is. It's a world of definitely a world of illusion, you know, full of illusionary beings who have no sense of center then, and refuse to even try and find some form of center that would bring a balance. Even when they see the chaos around them here now going on, it's like they're still asleep, like they are in a daze. Well, you better wake up from out of your slumber, man. Trust me, man. Because life is a reality. A reality that you must face, because like I tell you, the mighty, mighty death, which is the governor and controller of this dimension. Yes, I know him personally. A brethren, a wicked brethren. Trust me, that is a brethren that don't, what we would say in Jamaica, don't skin teeth. Yeah? When that come for you, you're gone. And that is definitely coming for you. For sure. You know how many men live on the planet, like I tell you before, man. Where are they now? I say, oh, the Egyptian or the Greeks and all them, man. The man is dead, man. And you too. Same way. Because that is the governor general, I say, of this dimension. Rough soldier, man. To remove you to the next side. And there, so, and you must face thy judgment for what you've done against the law. Hey, I am a lawman, you know. I will repeat this matter. I must be one of the most serious lawmen that has ever been manifested by the creative energy. That's what I say. Law is my business. You know the law. Go and ask a policeman who take the law seriously, man. How the man defending the law, man, get shot all and duty defending the law. Well, imagine that. Well, imagine if I was defending the law of God. Yeah? Just use your imagination and imagine one of God's soldier. Law, man, you know. Because we are God's soldier, we deal with the truth. Because you know God can never be wrong. See what I mean? So God's soldier is dealing with the truth and the rights. Never ever wrong yet. You trust me, man. Like I say, about a 500 quillion billion % certainty. Never ever, can never be wrong, man. Anywhere in the universe, I go. Can we speak in the word of the one? All the angel have to quail before that. Trust me. No dimension stand against the will of the one. We don't bother about dimension. Yeah, dimension exists. But when the will of the one is running through, that runs through all dimension. So when the fire lion is spitting, I am spitting through all dimension of beings, man. Not only teaching beings here, like I say, even souls that have passed through the body, if they are in the next dimension, they can gather and hear the teaching of the fire lion. You see what I mean? Because that the teaching of the fire lion is coming directly from the one within. You know, like how the moon receives light from the sun. That's how the fire lion receive light. You know, you receive the light directly from the one within. The real fire, real hotter. You know, That one that is known and unknown. Terrible. That's why I say that one is terrible and dreadful, that one. You don't even want to fix your imagination on who that one or how that one could be. If you know what I mean. Dreadful and terrible. Because how would you could never ever, like I say, describe a one that is everywhere at once. You could never ever imagine the depths of that one and the range and reach of such a force as that one. So that's why I say, when I put my mind into it, that is very frightening, the depths and power of that one, who is my master. You see what I mean? And I am 100 billion trillion % certain that that one that I'm talking about is in all. Watch it you from within. And like I say, with his video man there. Because God is a comedian as well, I say. Because you know you men like to play spies and keep secrets. So what he did, you know, God know everything before it happened. So he said, oh child, these men are going to go on very tricky. And how are you going to know that they did go on tricky? Because they're liars as well. They will say, no, I never did it. You know what I mean? When they did it. So what God did was install memory in them and the women them as well. When I say men, I mean women. Because I don't want women to think the conversation is not for them. Yeah, memory was instilled in you. For the sole purpose of videoing your inner deeds and your little selfish and dirty ways. Because the eye know everything. My master know everything and see everything and know everything and is in everyone, everywhere, all time, everywhere. There's no way of defeating that power. There's no way of you coming and going on about any little book that you have. Fire Lion don't care about any little book that you have on the planet. Any book you have on the planet, any Bible, it could be a million, 1,000 years old, right? All it can do is confirm what I'm telling you. All the book, your own book will tell you, yeah man, this is real fireman speaking here now. This is a real hotter fire truth. You know what I mean? To the fullest. This man know the living God, man. You know the living one that dwell within right about. Yeah, I am his fire general. From depths. You understand? So when I speak the full and living truth. There is no need for me like quoting books and keep referring to what man said. You know, sometimes I might quote a little one reading if I feel like it. Well, necessary. But I don't have to teach nothing at all about no book in it. Like I tell you before, I am not a history man. I don't need to know nothing about no history, is it? Who cares about who built the pyramid and when them build it and why them build it? You know what I mean? Even though you'll deny that the ancestors built it. But who cares if you did anyway? You build it. What's not your ancestor build? You build it. So what? What if you alone build all of the building and the planet? That doesn't give you spiritual understanding. That doesn't mean that you know the one. And unless you know the one in this life, you don't know nothing. You're a fool to life. It's like coming into life and, like I say, like an egg that never hatch. You see? Even though you enjoy wearing gold and sex up yourself and your party and that. But you just live life like a living dead. Because you are supposed to come here, right? Imagine, the purpose of coming here is to grow and develop then. To find out who we are. We have great potential. Endless potential. Because the eye is endless, isn't it? And the power and range of the eye. So we have it. So we are here. We come here now to grow and develop. You know? Multiply then. Spiritually. But you are not growing at all. See, you're adding nothing, you know. Like you come here to go backwards. And why are you going backwards? No, only just because of selfishness, greed, you know, hate against one another. You own brothers and sisters, that is, you know. That is one of the most amazing things I find, that man still, in animas, has not worked out the oneness of life. and the oneness of all humanity, that is. You still baffled by color, aren't you? Yeah, you will die baffled. You will die baffled. You're so proud of your little shitty self, I say, about, oh, I'm a white man. I'm black, and you feel so arrogant when you separate yourself up into different groups, innit? And then feel that one group is better than the next. And it doesn't matter. A fire lion could come a million times and tell you that you are all full of shit, but you would still carry on playing the game. Oh yes, I am black man. I am white man. I'm China man. The Chinese, the blacks, and and all that is just because you're not developed. You have to overstand certain things. You know, my turn that say overstand. Better you haven't overstand, yeah. You haven't overstand certain things. And in your arrogance, you think because you dress up in some clothes, like I say, and end up and you drive a piece of metal on the road and something and flying, you think that is achievement. I have to shake my head, man. There's no achievement for you human being unless you know yourself. All of the task here is foolhardy. And a complete waste of energy. You are supposed to here discover the oneness of life. Like I say, simple thing, one universe, one planet Earth, one race of people, human beings. Within the human beings is the one spirit that dwells that we call God. Yeah, but I know people don't like that name. It's better if we call it conscience. Because I say, the reason why I say it's better for the fire lion to teach under the term conscience, because it is easier for even the idiot to relate to. When I say the idiot, those who are acting real stupid, even them know what conscience is. They felt it then, and they don't know what it is, but they felt it tingle. Like you all do. The fire lion don't feel the tingle of conscience. We know it. Well, I'm not looking at it now, but I did have a quick glimpse one time, you understand? Don't worry about that. Leave that to God and I. I just know certain things. Yeah? And I'm telling you for lots of billion% certain, man, that the only way. Don't look for safety in numbers. That can't help you. The only thing that can help you is for you to examine your own being, because only you can see in your own beings, and make correction to thy own self. And that is what is going to release you from out of this idiocy that you get yourself tied up in. We into your black and white thing, or into your tribe thing, into your EDL thing, into your Israelite thing, into your Arab thing, into your Jewish thing, into whatever thing, and use none of these things. You are only what God created you as. You know what I mean? And I'm sure when God was creating you, when the creative energy was creating you, I'm sure you never come here with a stamp on your head saying you was a black man. With a stamp on your head when you arrive in you say he's a white man, or an Indian, or whatever label you want put on, or Jews and them things. These are all conceptions that was put onto you, and you accept them. That yes, you are that. But you are none of that. You are what the creative energy create you as. An individual human being. Just like any other human being. Which you must know that we are one and we are connected as one. Why are you trying to label yourself as some kind of separate being? Are you stupid? Well, you must be stupid, because if you're never stupid, you wouldn't be acting like that. So in other words, you're not stupid, but you're acting stupid. Your brain has been turned upside down, or whatever. You know what I mean? But you're not stupid, because what God created is intelligence, not stupidity. You see what I mean? So now is the time when I'm appealing to the soul. Well, I'm always appealing to your soul, but whether you want to listen or not, it's irrelevant, because like I say, I haven't got a congregation for you to come and join. So my appeal is for you to turn within and know thy own conscience and obey that. Otherwise you are going down in this fire. You understand? Anyway, it's a long time now and I've been rapping along on this line here. So what we're going to do is reeling and fade out from the firehouse. See? Meet you on another reel. Fire out.